Imagine being pregnant and then being told you have stage 3 cancer. That's exactly what happened to our next guest, Rebeccah H. Silence. She's here now to talk about her new book, Coming Back to Life. Rebeccah, your story is unbelievable. We're so happy to have you here on the show just to be able to talk about some of these really tough things that people go through. So take us back to that moment. What was it like to not only experience pregnancy, but then hear this news? Tell us about it.
Well, I pretty naively had thought that the hardest parts of my life were behind me. And this was the ultimate blindside. I went from a life filled with trauma to essentially the life of my dreams. And in a heartbeat, everything changed. The bottom fell out, and now it was time to fight for my life. And it forced me to really decide who I was going to be and how I was going to live and what my priorities really were.
Incredible. And you just mentioned a lifetime of trauma too. You also are a survivor of childhood trauma, domestic abuse. I mean, this is a lot to have to carry throughout your life.
Yeah, and you know, my biggest mission is I want to teach people that it's possible to use trauma to your advantage. It is possible that trauma can help us become even more than we ever imagined we could be. And it's possible for the conversations about trauma to be empowering versus disempowering. So often we think about trauma and we think that means less of a life. And for me, I just had to make sense of it, and I had to find a way for me to win versus my past winning. And I want that for everyone, regardless of circumstances. You can win, you can come out stronger, you can be even more alive in the face of anything.
It's incredible that you took it that way and were able to spin it in such a positive light. I'm sure there are so many people, especially who have survived at a young age something like domestic abuse or trauma, that could go a completely opposite way in their lives because of it. And you address more of this in your new book, Coming Back to Life. Tell me a little bit about your book.
Yeah, so the book Coming Back to Life is essentially what I did to survive the impossible, right? Statistically, I'm an anomaly. And I'm not saying I have the way for you, but what I'm saying is there is a way out of the dark and into the light that is you, that is the exact medicine your soul needs to be free of the past, so that we're not living our past on repeat with different characters and different costumes. And so often generational pain patterns repeat. Trauma still keeps us stuck and frozen, and it just doesn't have to be that way. So I use my story to help you connect to yours and to hope and to healing and to more of a life, not less, no matter what you've been through.
Do you think your book can help on all levels? I mean, you talk about something as intense as trauma or cancer. But, people deal with hard things every day, whether or not it's at that level or not. So do you feel like people, no matter what, can benefit from reading it?
I'm so glad you asked that question. I truly believe no one is immune to trauma. Trauma means heartbreak. Trauma means our emotions got stuck. No one's immune to that. So who we are when we get reactivated, when we get upset, when we're triggered, it's actually a choice, and people can shut down because they don't want to feel bad and they don't want to feel pain, but that keeps you stuck in your past. And it just, again, is an option to be free and to be fully alive and fully expressed as the you want to be.
Yes.
And that's everyone, right? Everyone can benefit, and families and couples. There are journal exercises at the end of every chapter and processes to help you integrate so you don't just understand, but you actually get a new way of living available to you.
Incredible. I'm so happy that you were able to not only benefit from a lot of these difficult things that you've been through, but you're able to help others do the same, which is so wonderful. What's next for you, Rebeccah? Because you have quite the life to live, which is so great.
Thank you. Yes, I'm so grateful to be alive and healthy. I have also created the Emotional Survival Kit course that helps couples, families, individuals in less than 3 hours. The average American binges at least 4 hours of TV a day. In less than 3 hours, for $599, you can change your entire life. So what's next for me is promoting this book, promoting this course, and just being the poster child that healing is possible, and not just for me, for you, for all of us. And I will scream it from the rooftops, and I also have a private practice where I do individual couples and family work, and I am also mostly just enjoying my family and my life so much.
Wow, as you should be. Well, Rebeccah, thank you so much for bringing your message of healing and of survivorship. I think what you've been through and what you're now doing to promote healing is so incredible. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. My goodness, guys, incredible. Well, you can find a copy of Rebeccah's book, Coming Back to Life, on Amazon or on her website. That's RebeccahSilence.com. There's also a variety of additional resources, like Rebeccah said, like her free trigger and trauma release method class. The website, again, is RebeccahSilence.com.